And the breaking news this morning. Of course. This morning we're finding out that Pfizer has a vaccine for COVID. Looks like they announced it this morning. What's that thing? So, I find it interesting. Echo? Okay. We'll fix the echo. Oh, because of the desktop. Let's try this. How's that better? All right, I got to figure something out here. Oh, I know what I can do. I can turn my monitor off. Let's do this. Give me a second here and I'll figure it out. I just won't be able to hear my sound effects when I play them, so I'll just have to assume that they're playing. Does that help? I think that helps, doesn't it? All right, there we go. How's that? How you doing, folks? It's the funniest thing that I've seen this morning. Now, I went into my Twitter notifications this morning, or excuse me, first thing I saw on Twitter this morning. First thing I see on Twitter this morning is this. President-elect Joe Biden on Pfizer vaccine progress. This is ABC News. I congratulate the brilliant women and men who helped produce this breakthrough and give us such a cause for hope. ABC News has the gall to do this. Now, the company that has found this vaccine is Pfizer. Apparently, they weren't part of the Operation Warp Speed. But guess what? Whether they were part of Operation Warp Speed or not, I'm thinking, and let me just spitball here. I'm thinking that perhaps Pfizer, knowing that 5 other companies were busting ass to get a vaccine for this, probably thought, oh my goodness, free market capitalism, we can make a few bucks on this vaccine. And so whether they're part of Warp Speed or not, I don't care. Oh, they were what? They were part of, Maddie, they were part of Operation Warp Speed? I don't know. But regardless, oh my God. You know, why? Who gives a rat's ass? I mean, granted, sure, you can get a comment from Biden, but don't you think, oh God, this is amazing. This is amazing. Trump, I did a great job. Without me, it wouldn't have been possible. I made America great. That's not what he said, but he forgot about the part about Trump streamlining the process. Pence will trot his happy ass out tomorrow to take credit for the vaccine, knowing full well that his administration plan was to just let us die. Oh, really? Never heard of this Operation Warp Speed 4, huh? Has Trump quit already? ABC, surely our sitting president should be allowed to comment on this as if it's real. Maybe. Yeah, good point there, Missy. What's your name? I don't even know. You just named a bunch of hearts. Smooth sevens. Reaping where he did not. So here's my question. Here's my question. Question of the day, in fact. Give me in years or months, how long before Joe Biden wins the Nobel Prize for peace or science. Oh, you can put your answer in while I play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, Dawg Knight. Oh, shit. I'm sorry, guys. I was so busy typing my tweet that I decided not to come back to the show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as Dawg Knight on the internet. I got a really wrinkled shirt. And welcome back to the Dawg Knight Channel. It is Monday, the 9th of November, 2020. And I am so glad you're here. I'm glad y'all made it. I put that question in the ABC's thing here. How long before Biden wins the Nobel Peace Prize? Someone says 2 months, 6 months, first 100 days in office. Wouldn't be shocked. Joe won't live that long. Damn, that's probably true. And a new person here. How you doing? Who's Shaitan's advocate? I got a scale from aliens to am I right to the Anunnaki genetically engineered humans as gold mining slaves. Where do you fall on the conspiracy theorist scale? I'm not probably in the realist, and I just believe what I see and what there's at least some evidence for. So that's I don't know what that means. Aliens, am I right to the genetically engineered humans gold mine? Yeah, no, I'm pretty. I'm pretty what's probable and or possible. I will theorize, yet only believe when there's actual evidence. So there you go. Even on this vote fraud thing I can't talk about. Anyway, as I always do in the morning, I like to say good morning to everyone in the chat. And unfortunately, I hit top chat. Hopefully everyone's in here. Looks like we already have almost 40 people. We do have 40 people. Anyway, let's say good morning to everybody. First in the chat today. Oh, shoot. No, that's not. My chat jumped like a motherfucker. Okay, well, I don't know who is first, so I'm just going to say hi to everybody gets the bell today. Where's the bell? Did that bell work? Oh, maybe not. Yeah, it kind of did. Okay. Good morning to Reese, Donald, Cindy, Rochelle, T.I. Freighter Watcher, F. Oh, hello, Cleveland. Oh, like Cleveland on the Cleveland show? I don't know if I really talk like that, but I really don't know. Anyway, and hello to Keaton and Maddie. By the way, I had a nice lunch with Maddie and Ronan last night. Hello, Maddie and Ronan. I know you're both there. Good morning. Also, good morning, Cynical Lindsay, Uncle Bad Touch, who's really, you know who Uncle Bad Touch really is. Joe Biden. Anyway, also good morning, Jonas Pedersen, Mike Savage, Blarg, Shaitan's advocate. I love how the Associated Press has the power to call a presidential race before the Electoral College vote. Yeah, it's not like they haven't done that before, but I think it's part of a what's the word? I'm not going to say a conspiracy like you asked me before, but I'd just say it's part of a planned action. I'll put it that way. Know what I mean? Good morning to Cindy Rochelle. I said Cindy Rochelle, didn't I? I don't know if I did or not, but I'm saying it again. Hi, Cindy Rochelle, one of my other nomads. Indeed, an RV is no much different. I don't know what you're talking about there. Good morning, Jay's PFP. Oh, Jay's. No, you weren't first. Who was first this morning? I missed it because my chat jumped when I went to live chat. Anyway, good morning, Cynical Lindsay. Select a boy. Oh, you know what? Here's the problem. I can't even hear my sound effects anymore because I'm going to have to configure this. But I changed it so that I know that they always work at least. Also, good morning, Keenan. Let's see. Who haven't I seen here? Don Keenick, how you doing? Gulf City Biker and Trash Man. That's a new one. Hey, AWOL, how you doing? Well, it's not new. I've seen it before, but anyway. Also, good morning to Hard Disk Fail, Jedi Ghost Bear. First donation of the day is in the house, and it's from Joe Biden. And you and Joe Biden, you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day. Just thought you'd like to know that. Okay. Thank you, Joe Biden, with the $2 donation. Who says, I don't know where I am, but I know Armenians votes for me more than my president, my boss. Okay, that's about as coherent as an actual as an actual Joe Biden tweet or talk, speech. I should say speech, because no, he doesn't write his own tweets. Everyone knows he doesn't write his own tweets. He has a team of writers for his tweets. All right, let me continue here. Good morning, Jedi Ghost Bear. Let's see. Is anyone I haven't said? Zombie Teddy, what's up? Good morning. Stabbing Joe Scarborough with the sharpening them knives. Patrice Ripley, how you doing, my friend? Let's see. I got everybody here. I kind of do. Mood-based radio, what's up? Check your logic. How you doing? And oh gosh, this is really jumping around. It's not cooperating. Tyler F, hello. Wandered Lisa, nice to see you. You've been here a couple times lately. Nice to see you back at the show. Ricky Ravioli, and I think I got most of it. Did I say F already? Yes, I did, because I said what you said. Oh, Zoble. I'll say Zoble. That's close enough. Good morning to you too. All right, I think I've got everybody sort of pissed off Shih Tzus here. And Becca Farley, how you doing, my dear? Katie did skate, what's up? And Cheeky Bastard, and gosh, there's a whole bunch of people here. That's fantastic. Advocatus Diabli, the devil's advocates in the house. And I think I'm caught up. There you go. What do you call Navy who train for infantry work? Marines, yes. Zobleu, is that it? Zobleu, kind of like it's bleu 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 when you're talking to French people, and it's bleu 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 bleu. Close enough. Okay, all right. So I'm not exactly completely and utterly prepared today because I got home late. Literally, I had about 10 minutes to shower and turn the computer on. So I got on here. I had some bookmarks from yesterday though. And I do have a whole bunch of articles that I checked on my aggregator. So we're just going to kind of play it by ear today. But this whole thing with the vaccine, now Donald Trump tweeted out such great news. Stock market up, vaccine coming soon, report 90% effective, such great news. Yes, President Trump reacts to the announcement from Pfizer that COVID-19 vaccine is more than 90% effective, which has 358,000 likes, 69,000 retweets. And about 64,000 comments, most of them snarky shit, as if you couldn't expect that. In fact, let me just go through some of these. Ms. Krassenstein, which is really Brian Krassenstein, or his uglier twin brother, tweeting under the name on account of one of their wives, who says, "Thank you, Joe Biden. Stock market loves President Biden. 2021 is going to be a great year. No thanks to Joe Biden." Wait a minute. Didn't you say the stock market is not the economy? Now it loves Biden. It's going to be a great year. Hypocrite. The only positive about Trump losing is you will disappear into irrelevance. Trump will always be president and you will just be nothing. Yeah, that's the Krassenstein brothers, the Ponzi scheme bastards of the world. Anyway, Trump will always be an impeached president, the one that didn't accept America's vote. He will go down in history books as one of the worst presidents of all time. Well, I don't think so. I think if you really just go by the record, look, the ones who say he's the most divisive president in history, are the people who hate him. And guess what? It wasn't him that was so hateful. Who's more hateful? The president and his supporters, or the president's haters? The ones who are making lists. We'll probably talk about the list in a little bit. Anyway, I guess if it's fraud, you won't have any trouble proving it. Well, that's interesting about the vote. Oh, hang on. If you haven't seen this, I have to show this to you. This is fantastic. So apparently, Sidney Powell, who's Michael Flynn's lawyer and a very advocate for the Trump administration, very pro-Trump person, was on Lou Dobbs the other night and was talking about some program or something having to do with something, hammer and scorecard or whatever. She was talking about some program that was used to make algorithms for whatever in the election, right? And so apparently Twitter decided that it was, Twitter's on I don't know if they're on a fact-checking binge or if they're on, they're just manipulating everything and trying to put things like, putting fact checks on everybody and putting little extra little notes at the bottom of people's tweets. And it's never any of the misinformation coming from the side that would be pro Joe Biden. It's always from the side that would be pro Trump. And, the fact checks are obviously very one way. Well, I found something fascinating when I was strolling through Twitter yesterday, scrolling through Twitter, because, oh, wow, what's happened here? Did they get rid of the tweet? Oh, did they close the account? No way. Let's see. Hang on a second here. Oh, let's see. So I'm just looking at, here's the okay, this is what you get when you go to the notifications. Account no longer exists. It doesn't say they were suspended. Maybe it was closed. Okay, so, dude, all right, well, I'll just show you my tweet then, because apparently at one point, MC Hammer won, I think, a Video Music Award for the song Too Legit to Quit. Oh, and they took the notification off mine too. So I should have screenshotted it. So I wrote this, oh my, why do they hate Hammer so? Because he won that vote, or because he won't quit, ? And Twitter put one of those tags on my tweet saying, this is something about election disinformation. Here, if you want the real facts about the safety of your vote, look here, right? And I'm like, are you kidding me? Because you said Hammer, apparently Hammer and vote were the key words that you would get one of those tags. So this guy, unfortunately, is gone. That is very disappointing. I mean, I don't know if they closed the account or if he closed his own account, but it's from an account that no longer exists. Okay, well, never mind. That was funny. All right, so much for that. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Mrs. Lingus, who with the $4.69 donation. Connie Lingus says, time for the righteous cleansing fire of liars. AHBW. AHBW. All Hail Blue Whale. Oh, that's what that stands for, I bet. All Hail Blue Whale. Well, thank you, Connie Lingus. I appreciate the sentiment and the donation. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to make donations, we do have super chats available now because I'm still over 1,000 subscribers. Although I've been over 1,000 subscribers just for a few weeks now. And all of a sudden, I'm losing subscribers like for the first time. Like I've lost like 4 subscribers. I don't know why. I think they're being purged from YouTube, possibly. That's all I can think of, because I know people complain about losing subscribers all the time, but I think people close accounts is the main reason. Hello, Sapphire Dragon, how you doing? Also, good morning to the gayest person on YouTube, who says all hail Blue Whale. And is MC here yet? Nope, because and then what was the other thing? Oh, you know what? The sad news of the weekend, if you haven't heard, I'm sure you've heard it by now. Hello, Fox P2 and Donatello Slap-a-Fellow. If you haven't heard already, Alex Trebek passed away, and that was very sad. And, one thing that I think the entire internet agreed on, and I tweeted this already, is that everyone agreed that Alex Trebek was pretty damn cool. What's amazing to me, though, is the dude was 80 years old. Does anybody think Alex Trebek looked 80 years old? But he's been doing Jeopardy. He's been the host of Jeopardy. Now, Jeopardy's an old show. Jeopardy started in the 60s. Then it was revived, I think, in the late 70s. But in 1985, Alex Trebek took over as the host of Jeopardy. And up until he got sick, until he got, this cancer, Alex Trebek was the host of Jeopardy from 1985 to 2020. That's an amazing, amazing run. 1984? Oh, excuse me. I thought it was 85. Just an amazing run. And he was basically employed by Merv Griffin longer than Merv Griffin. Yeah. I mean, just an amazing run. And he's just one of those guys who you could tell just had a nice sense of humor. You can imagine, you can just imagine him being a very, just a kind of guy, a cool guy to hang out with. There's been clips of him talking to his audience. He's somewhat self-deprecating and whatnot. But anyway, you know what I forgot? Connie Lingus, who donated before. You are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day. Okay, there you go. All right, what else is going on? Like I said, I'm not 100% organized today. I had this article from Legal Insurrection. Joe Biden over the weekend was saying that I have won a mandate to fight climate change and systemic racism. Joe, you are systemic racism. You wrote the 94 crime bill that people call systemic racism, which it wasn't necessarily systemic racism, but it worked out that way. The effects of people who would like to talk about systemic racism, Joe, you're it. You're the one who caused. You're a huge promoter of systemic racism. By the way, oh gosh, I'm all over the place today, but I forgot this too. I do have my cup of reparations coffee in the probably the best cup ever. And I would like you to join me in a little sip if you have a second. Oh, can you even read that? Because the glare there. There we go. Anyway, I do have the patience of a saint. Good morning. All right, back to Joe Biden, who thinks he has a mandate. Now, I've heard this word bandied around over the weekend, Joe Biden and his mandate. And I was thinking to myself, how does one have a mandate if your party doesn't also have gains that coincide with your being elected to the presidency? The Democrats lost seats in the House. And, well, I'm going to be optimistic that they will not be taking over the Senate. They certainly didn't gain seats like they thought. They thought they were expecting blue wave. You know, they thought it was going to be, hang on a second here. They thought it was going to be a blue wave. Well, it really wasn't a blue wave. Oh, it really was more like, well, we kind of snuck you in to be the president. So anyway, Democrats are beyond, I'm reading the article now. Democrats are beyond shameless before the results are even in before the results were even in. Nancy Pelosi was screeching at the warring factions of her own caucus that, quote, we have a mandate. More like a blue waffle. And on Friday, Joe Biden declared that he has a mandate to act on a leftist agenda he largely hid from the American voters. Remember, Biden didn't run on his leftist agenda, and when he did mention it, his promise to eliminate fossil fuels, his team scrambled to walk it back. He flat out denied that he supported the Green New Deal, despite it featuring prominently on his campaign website as a Build Back Better, so he could safely knock those two issues off his imaginary mandate. Otherwise, he barely campaigned at all, and when he did, he avoided policy and ran instead on as a decent. Oh, wait a minute. I forgot it. I have a whole new system here. As a decent. Oh, by the way, is it too early to use the Joe Biden sound effect? Is it too early? Because I got to tell you, oh my gosh, the articles over the weekend, you talk about the light bringer type of articles, the hagiologic pictures of Joe Biden. I'm already disgusted by it. By the way, I'll get to that. I'll get to that, what you're thinking right now. I know what you're thinking, and I'm going to get to it. I promise. Anyway, watch and try not to laugh or scream at the first part when he claims, without evidence, is one of their favorite things to say, without evidence, that the tallies aren't just numbers, they represent votes and voters.
But never forget, the tallies aren't just numbers. They represent votes and voters.
No,
Men and women who exercise their fundamental right to have their voice heard.
Do they now?
And what's becoming clear each hour is that record number of Americans of all races, faiths, religions chose change over more of the same. They've given us a mandate for action.
What
on COVID,
change is
economy,
Joe Biden?
Climate.
What the fuck changes Joe Biden? That's what they said. Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. Joe Biden. What change? If they change 47 years in government change. Now I can almost see it with Barack Obama. Barack Obama was a senator for like 3 years or whatever before he became president. And he really didn't hold any bigger office than a state senator in Illinois. But what changes Joe Biden? Oh my God, if there's an establishment, a bigger establishment, a hack on the planet.
Change, systemic racism. They made it clear. They want the country to come together, not continue to pull apart.
Except for the ones we put on our lists.
The people spoke.
The people spoke.
More than 74 million Americans. And they spoke loudly for our ticket. But while we're waiting for the final results, I want people to know we're not waiting to get the work done and start up.
Who are you looking at, Joe?
The process.
Are you asking Jill to give you the next line or something? My God. Anyway, if you are interested, you can watch the whole thing at this. If you want to watch that, never mind. Nobody does. The Washington Examiner says the results may not be finalized, but 2020 Democratic presidential nominee Biden is preparing to govern. Okay, I'm going to skip that too. Now, while Pelosi was out Friday again touting Biden's and the Democrats' imaginary mandate, Republicans are pushing back. According to The Hill, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said Friday that a disappointing cycle for House Democrats should do nothing to hinder the party's ambitious legislative agenda. Yippee. Pointing to voters' historic support for Joe Biden, who appears on the cusp of winning the House, in claiming that Democrats will have greater leverage next year. President-elect Biden has a strong mandate to lead, and he will have a strong Democratic House with him, Pelosi told reporters at the Capitol, predicting that a Biden victory, but she also rejected the notion that the election results would force Democrats to accept a smaller package, leading again on Biden's vote tally, which is approaching 74 million. Yeah, I'm sorry. I still have a hard time believing that Joe Biden got more votes than Barack Obama. Hell, Donald Trump got more votes than Barack Obama. Oh, Joe Biden's getting a Peace Prize. I'm telling you, it ain't going to take long for him to get a Nobel Peace Prize. And I guarantee it'll be in his first 3 months in office. Oh, my God. That is more votes than any candidate ever won in a presidential election, though the former vice president seems likely at best to equal Trump's 2016 haul in the Electoral College. That isn't anything we should even be looking at, Pelosi said of a slimmer bill. I think Joe Biden has a big mandate, a bigger mandate than John F. Kennedy. Well, I wonder if it's RuPaul. He's pretty big. Anyway, Senator Mitch McConnell, Kentucky, the majority leader, suggested Friday that October's employment numbers mean that Congress should enact a smaller coronavirus relief package than the Trump administration had previously backed. And Senator Roy Blunt, Republican of Missouri, said the election results indicate Pelosi will have to give some ground in those talks. Sure, she does, Blunt said when asked if Pelosi will have to drop some of her demands in the emergency relief package, and that the vast majority of her members also thinks she has to give some ground. That's, oh my God. After hearing that call, the call I'm talking about, hello, Adeline, the call that Pelosi had with her, I don't know who it was, with a bunch of Democrats, the Democratic caucus or whatever, when some of them were a little angry with her. In fact, some of the moderates were telling her, you know what, to hell with these goofballs over here, the squad, so to speak, right? That the reason they lost seats because you started talking about the Green New Deal and giving shit away, whatever. Anyway, he says, sure, it does. Blunt said when asked if Pelosi will have to drop some of her demands in the emergency relief package, and the vast majority of her members also think she has to give some ground here. The liberal agenda was rejected by the voters. There was no mandate in this election. Yeah, you know what? Guess what? Because Biden ran away from that shit as fast as he could, even though it was right on his damn campaign website. And he didn't campaign on any of that crap. And I don't think it would have gone over well in Boise. Just saying. Blunt is correct, though. There is no Democratic mandate in the election. The predicted blue wave did not manifest. Instead, Republicans buoyed by President Trump gained House seats and have so far kept the Senate. Republicans made impressive gains at the state levels. Yeah, they gained more legislatures too, or got more lopsided legislatures in many cases. Also, so Democrats will have no more influence over redistricting in 2021 than they had before the election. Wall Street Journal has more on the so-called mandate. They said there was no blue wave and certainly no mandate for progressive change. If anything, the fevered Democratic and media anticipation of a transformational election drove more voters to turn out to stop it. When Mr. Trump finally focused on the economy and a progressive agenda in the last week's campaign, his support rose and lifted Republicans in some places as well. Meanwhile, Mr. Biden's campaign platform boiled down to: he's not Donald Trump. He'll do a better job fighting COVID-19, and he won't take away your health care. His TV ads were largely biographical, contrasting his character to Mr. Trump's. Mr. Biden barely mentioned the agenda his aides developed with Bernie Sanders, and the press barely asked him about it. They didn't ask him about it at all. Or if they did, he denied it. It was like, what's that? If you deny me 3 times, that doesn't apply. When the former vice president did finally admit in the last debate that he wanted to transition the economy from fossil fuels, his campaign had him scramble to explain it away. Mr. Biden does have a mandate to defeat COVID-19, rolling out the vaccines already in the pipeline and setting an example by wearing a mask. He has a mandate not to tweet, not to call the press the enemy of the people, and not to make himself the center of attention all the time. He also has a mandate to work across the aisle with Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell. Instead of their considerable wisdom, the voters may have elected Mr. Biden, but they left his party and its radical ideas behind. All right. So, anybody copied what I'm in? Sorry, let's get into what y'all really want to talk about. I know, this ain't it. And let me, here's some good advice from PJ Media. Don't jump off the ledge. Not yet. And in fact, just don't jump off the ledge, period. But according to Sarah Hoyt at PJ Media, this is just a blue smoke screen. So yesterday at my monthly dinner with my fans and commenters on my blog, I found out that I'm not alone. You are not alone. I don't even know that song. What am I not alone in? And having slept like crap since Tuesday and eaten even worse, I've been living on popcorn and coffee. Hey, that's the girl of my dreams. If I wasn't already married to the girl of my dreams. Anyway, which, to be fair, is what I lived on in college. I'm sleeping about 3 hours a night, dreaming of catastrophic headlines until waking up more tired than I went to bed. I've been alternating between angry and depressed, and frankly, from what I saw of my fans and commenters, I am not alone. And then today I went to Facebook, and lately they've been doing this thing, pushing all sorts of outright propaganda at me. That's why I avoid Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. This one was an article about the great future of reconciliation and truth tribunals once Joe Biden takes over. And there at the end, almost invisible, was one line, quote, based on projected results. Oh, projected results, is it? According to whom and why? The mass media, the same people who've been projecting a blue wave for half a year now, the same people who pushed their projection that 2 million people will die of COVID-19, those projections. I realized what I was looking at, and suddenly I'm not depressed anymore. Hello, Skeptok. How you doing, my friend? Nice to have you drop in. I realized what I was looking at, and suddenly I'm not depressed anymore. I'm still angry, though. I'm angry at the left for their staggering chutzpah and their treasonous attempt to stab at the heart of the republic. And I'm a little angry at all you zombies, Heinlein reference, out there who bought, and are buying into it. And yes, that includes me until about 2 hours ago. So why did that make everything click for me? Well, you guys, think about it. The stuff going on with the voting is inky as all get out. I don't know what that means. Anyway, we all saw it happening in real time. It's not just the rumors. Oh, no. My friend Larry Correa, who used to be a forensic accountant, is now a best-selling writer, wrote, quote, or a post about all the anomalies with the vote count. Oh, there are so many. There are a lot of other posts about this, ranging from the wishy-washy, quote, mistakes were obviously made, to the reasonable, look, guys, we know that precincts don't vote in those proportions ever, to the out there fringe secret watermarks on the ballots. Oh, you know what? The only problem is I don't know where things are on this thing. And, oh no. Oh, this one. Secret. Let me try that again. Secret watermarks on ballots. I can't hear my sound effects when I do it this way. Anyway, where the hell was I? But Larry brings it all together and ties it with a bow, and it's done with the kind of an analytical mind that dissects why the whole thing smells to high heaven. Some of the things he linked may have been changed. In the comments, you'll find the Wayback Machine links to those because, yeah, they're changing the record since for the left, 1984 is a how-to manual. But this doesn't include the people dual registered and voting in both California and Arizona brought up in this article. I didn't even see that article. We'll look at that in a second. Oh, and apparently the software update issue was in other places too. That second article is what finished making me sure we were witnessing leftist psyops. You know how they kept talking about the red mirage? Well, this is the blue smokescreen. It's not really very convincing, and you can kind of squint through it and see the Antifa goons looking all sad-faced and how the low-info lefties are going to be disappointed like kiddies who got a healthy snack for Halloween. Honestly, guys, if you look at it the right way, you still will be hopping mad, but you'll have to have a heart of steel not to laugh like a hyena. Things are bad for the Democrats. Really bad. You see, they thought they had frauded, totally a word, enough in advance, and the polls assured them they were doing fine. Then come on election day, that darn Trump pulled off a landslide election, and they had to stoop to counting and do their best to manufacture more votes ASAP. Unlike their normal fraud operation, more than on that later, this was clumsy and in your face, and we all saw that improbable curve on our screens and went, that just ain't right. Do I have proof they normally fraud? Well, only my lying eyes when in 2012 I saw 1/3 of the people come to vote at the poll I was observing being told they've already voted and being told in some Denver precincts that the percentage was 2/3. Must be a lot of amnesia going around, right? Now, is this general? Well, there's some reason to believe it is. If nothing else, the fact that the right has made a meme out of beating the margin of fraud. However, the right didn't want to undermine the confidence in our election and kept lumping it until Trump broke the system by being a totally unexpected win, which the left will never forgive. They thought they had it in the bag because they project like IMAX. They immediately decided he had cheated with the complicity of the Russians, which, by the way, is one of the most ridiculous just so stories they could have invented here. Given Trump's policies are far worse for Russia, whose main product is oil, than Obama's were, what with throttling domestic production. But this year, the left ran what could only be called a Potemkin campaign, and they could only get away with it because of having put most of the nation on lockdown. And then to cap it all, they had, what was it that Biden said aloud instead of keeping to himself? The most extensive fraud network in American history. Something like that. To facilitate it, of course, they mailed everyone unsolicited mail-in ballots in several states, which, as we know, is a crazy, unsecure form of voting. And guess what? I'll probably get flagged for even saying that, for quoting this, right? Hi, Prospero. How you doing? Hi, Adam Richard. Welcome. Nice to see you. This, on top of the ability to fraud from motor voter, which allows people to sign up to vote who aren't citizens and sometimes tries to sign them up to vote even when they get their driver's license with a foreign passport. Note this, in fact, there's an article, I'll put that one out too. Note, this is not the only instance I've heard of this, but It is the one I know how to find online. Some of them were published when Motor Voter was new and shiny before the net was a thing I could even access. I know for a fact that people got when they got their driver's license, they were registered to vote because I have a friend who's an immigrant who he has a Minnesota driver's license. He's not a U.S. citizen yet, but he got a voter registration card. He's like, see this shit they're trying to pull. Anyway, so they committed stupendous levels of fraud, and Trump attracted way more votes than before. Hence, they were caught in the middle of the night and then for 4 days, allegedly madly fabricating votes in instances too numerous to tell, and also discarding record number of votes in ditches, etc. Which is how we get to where we are. The right is mad as hell. We have a reason to be, and the left is terrified, or at least those in the know are terrified, that this wasn't the normal, carefully planned, subtle fraud. This was fraud created the same way that one breaks into a bank with 2 sticks of dynamite instead of picking a lock. Such fraud leaves traces. If we look into it, we will find them. Once we find them, even some secure blue states with all vote by mail will be looked at. And when Trump wins, despite all this nonsense, yes, the left will riot. And that will be different from last year. How? And things are looked into. They might lose their permanent fiefdoms created by all vote by mail states. And then what? I mean, they had to go the extra mile because Trump is already on the verge of revealing a lot of their fraud. And now they went and made it worse. Fall back into what worked before, massive psyops, convince the left all is lost, and it's shameful that Trump hasn't conceded yet, and get the whole process stopped and win, and then stop all the investigations into Russiagate and Hunter, and so that's what they're doing. And that's why we have losers like Keith Olbermann demanding someone drag Trump from office right now, which doesn't even make any sense. They're scared. Oh, not the sheep on the streets. They fell for it, just like they fell for the 2 million dead from COVID, but the higher-ups, they're scared. Years ago, the 2004 election, a friend told me the Democrats always got louder and more triumphalist when they're losing. I observed this is true since then. So step down from the ledge, go take a shower, have some real food, eat a vegetable, ease up on the coffee. Oh, bite your tongue, woman. I'll just pretend I didn't read that part. Go for a walk. And don't fall for the blue smokescreen. And do not abandon Trump. He's got this. If you guys don't stab him in the back, he's got this all the way. Let him play it. Yes, the Republic is in danger. And yes, things can still go wrong because a lot of the institutions are corrupted. But the left is covered in flop sweat. They don't think they're going to win this. At least they won't if you don't let them into your head. And that is the editorial of the day. And I almost forgot the last part. Be not afraid. In the end, we win, they lose. And when we clean up our voting system, but first of all, stop being depressed. Angry is okay. You should be angry, but not depressed. Chances are we'll be okay. And if we're not, well, then we'll deal with it. But it starts with not letting the left in your head. Remember that. You don't get up on the ledge again. And that's the editorial of the day. Thank you. Good morning, Scotty Dubs, by the way. You know what? I'm going to regroup here. I just have to check a couple things. So we're going to go to commercial and I will be right back. There. Hey everybody, it's me, Marty. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I hope you're enjoying the show. The Morning Night Live is sponsored by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please, if you have a moment, take time to share this stream by hitting that little arrow down below or up here if you're on a mobile. And please hit the like button. I know you like it. You're still here and you're still watching. And finally, if you want to support the show, you can do that through your donations and super chats, which are in the description down below. You can do that at Streamlabs link or at PDawgKnight.live. That every little bit helps. And thank you for watching. Now back to the show. And I'm Okay, so I wanted to find this article that she was talking about by this gentleman named Jay Valentine, who is a forensic accountant, talking about some of the anomalies that have happened, which is in this article right here on, what's this on? American Thinker. Just wait just a minute. Some very good news may be coming. Like many, I spent the last few nights waking up at 2:30 a.m., no reason, then looking at my phone for news, any news that might be positive for President Trump. I survived on Russ, Bongino, Mark Levin. When the news continued to be ugly, I even checked in on ridiculous bloggers promising that ballots were watermarked. And DJ, our household name for a president we love, was actually launching a sting on the deep state. Enough already. Enough. Stop the madness. And that, I agree with that sentiment. And who was it that asked me about my level of conspiracy theory? I can't remember. But yeah, my level is more forensic accountant and less beyond Alex Jones. Anyway, enough already. Stop the madness. Hey, I have a degree in statistics. Oh, thank you. Maddie and Ronan with the newest donation of the day. And you are the new Streamlabs Superstar Donor of the Day. Thank you, Maddie and Ronan, for the $5. How dare you even suggest that people should drink less coffee? That is blasphemous. I agree. And the audience agrees with you also. All right. Back to this article. Oh, close this ad. Hello. All right. Enough already. Stop the menace. Hey, I have a degree in statistics and I have some level of critical thought. If there is such pessimism in my tribe, I'm not going along. So today I started to dig into the numbers, and as I did, I fought my confirmation bias at every step. I realized that I, like millions of others, had been numbed into despondency by the overwhelming press, media, social media push to certify President-elect Biden. I put that in there so you can see how repellent it is. Hey guys, this thing is not over. Not only not over, it is scary for Biden. I mean, really scary. And most of all, the media knows it. That, although the way they're talking over the weekend, it doesn't seem like it. I don't know. I don't know if they know it or not, but they're certainly, well, social media especially is just fact check happy, and I don't know. Anyway, thus the rush to get everyone in line with the narrative that a 78-year-old early dementia former VIP who could not draw a crowd larger than a dozen could beat DJ in a fair election. He calls Donald Trump DJ, as in Donald Trump. Process that for a moment. Start with Pennsylvania. Biden, as of this writing, is at 290 electoral votes. Pennsylvania is 20. I read Justice Alito opinion, and it is pretty clear that he wants the after-election night at 8 p.m. votes separated for a reason. Biden is going to lose at the Supreme Court, and they know it. 4 justices already said the Pennsylvania Supreme Court cannot adjust voting rules. A new arrival, Justice Barrett, says she is there to apply the rules in the Constitution. Okay. Want to bet she does? Remove the after 8 p.m. ballots and Biden loses Pennsylvania. Biden, 270. Let's visit Nevada. I have lots of friends in California who have condos in Nevada to evade state taxes. There are not a couple of people doing this. There are tens of thousands. Everyone knows it, and California seeks them out. I think I've read this article before, but I like it, so I'm reading it again. Our old pal Harry Reid knows it as well, and he apparently has them voting in droves this election. Probably not a big DJ constituency. Within 72 hours of the election, the Trump team validated over 3,500 of them. I do not suspect that Trump's people stopped counting. Every one of these is a ballot reduction for Biden. Nevada, as of now, is well within reach for DJ and the Trump team, particularly when the California crowd is reduced. A few of them may have to testify, since a false vote is a very bad thing, with jail time if convicted maybe a bigger news story here. Remember where we are, people. Biden is at 270 after a highly probable Supreme Court decision. Read Alito and concurring opinions. Lose Nevada, lose the election. But wait, it gets better. Let's visit Wisconsin. Right now, it is 20,000 votes in Uncle Joe's direction. Lots of stories out there, well below the Google fold, that there are way more Wisconsin votes than there are registered voters. Okay, maybe the dead can vote up there, but that's probably just a Midwest thing. Well, last night we found that Wisconsin election clerks were told and followed the direction to modify all mail-in ballots and fill in the blanks where witnesses left out critical info. I'm sure it was just good customer service and they meant no harm, but the problem is every such ballot is now toast. There were thousands of such prima facie wrongful votes. Oops. Biden up 20,000. Now that number is in question. No more truckloads of votes coming in. So every ballot DJ's team eliminates get President-elect Biden one step closer to the former VP Biden who lives in a basement. Not good here. But then North Carolina. That one pretty much looks like as though it is over and DJ won it. Fox News is rumored to call it for Trump around April 2021. Either DJ wins outright or it goes to the House, which means DJ has 4 more years. We're not done yet. Michigan. Oh, yes, the land of the glitches in voting machines. 6,000 votes for Trump given to Biden in one of 47 counties where the software is used. About 150,000 votes in Biden's favor right now. Google the 130,000 Biden votes that showed up in the middle of the night, and you can see how the wonderful people at Google are fact-checking this debunked story. In fact, for fun, Google Michigan voter fraud, and you get literally 3 pages of this was fact-checked and proven to be false. That one, you know what that one should get? That one should, where is it? I have to completely reconfigure my, there. I'm gonna have to learn my new soundboard. I changed my soundboard. Anyway, 3 pages. 3 pages of this was fact checked and proven false. Why would Google be so assiduous? Now, I bet I should do that on DuckDuckGo and see if you get the same kind of results. Anyway, they too see that if Amy votes with the 4, Biden is 1 vote away from the basement. Lawsuits in Michigan and the other states are being launched and discovery will take place. Google will not be there. Voter fraud is the kind of like larceny. A little is okay. It is even kind of entertaining. Dead people have been voting for 100 years in Democratic cities. It is such a constant that one would think that the Republican Party would consider a dead voter outreach program to get their share. But voter fraud on this scale is just not sustainable. It does not pass the common sense test. We have bloggers with lots of time on their hands going through voter rolls and showing that person after person who voted in a swing state also fought in the Civil War or maybe the War of 1812. It was funny at first, but the overwhelming number of now goes beyond humor and rubs our faces in it. I think DJ has to swing 1 state, actually 1 electoral vote. Not only is this thing not over, but the Biden team must be sweating bullets. Voter fraud at scale seemed like a really cool idea until DJ went to the mattress. Now that he is fighting it out 1 voter at a time, with the Supreme Court likely to create the starting point at Biden 270, Biden has everything to lose. Perk up. All right. Now, I want to go back to something I watched yesterday. This is actually a pretty good video. That's the reason I want to watch it. On the Ubis Tubis, and I will find this in a second here. I don't know if y'all know who Karen Strawn was, and I'm gonna play her video because I think it's pretty good regarding regarding some things that that people got to remember about how about how awful Trump is. Okay, where is it here? Let's see. Where is she? It should be on my history right here. Oh, here we go. And this is a video called "Why Donald Trump Deserved to Lose." Just to refresh you on why Donald Trump deserved to lose. Let's see here. All right, and I got you going here. So let's watch this video.
The man who spearheaded a global initiative to decriminalize homosexuality and appointed America's first openly gay cabinet member is a homophobe. The man who negotiated 4 historic peace agreements and managed to avoid having to go to war against a NATO ally is a warmonger. The man who wants to bring troops home does not value the U.S. military. The man who fixed the VA thinks people wounded or killed in war are losers and suckers. The man who increased funding for black colleges and universities and locked it in for 10 years hates
what the hell?
people.
It is a black screen. What the hell's going on here?
The man
Hold
who
on.
created opportunity zones.
What happened to my this should be YouTube channel right here, YouTube window. Oh, what happened there? That's really weird. Okay, hang on, guys. That's embarrassing. There's not. You can hear it, right? Let's see. Here we go. There we go. Sorry, guys. I don't know why that did that. All right. We'll continue.
To revitalize distressed communities hates minorities. The man who champions school choice hates the poor. The man who presided over the biggest 3-year increase in median household earnings in decades hates the middle class. The man who began closing the wealth gap is only in it for his own financial gain. The man who reduced our dependence on communist
bells are
China
mine,
and
by the
stood
way.
up for Hong Kong and Taiwan hates democracy. The man who reopened the Iron Range and created hundreds of thousands of high-paying resource jobs hates the working class. The first man in American history whose net worth went down while he was president is a greedy fat cat. The man who instituted prison reform and criminal justice reform is a racist sociopath. The man who had a record number of small donations to his campaign and funded much of it with his own money is a Wall Street shill. The man who doesn't take a salary as president is not paying his fair share. The man who made the RNC cheer after pledging to protect the safety of LGBTQ Americans is anti-queer. The man who moved the U.S. Embassy to Jerusalem and whose daughter converted to Judaism so she could marry a Jewish man is a Nazi. The man who followed the Constitution and allowed the states to generate their own coronavirus policy failed on coronavirus. The man who presided over the single largest quarterly rise in GDP in history is destroying the economy. The man who has tolerated the most unfair, dishonest, and negative media coverage in the history of this country, and yet made himself more available to the press and the people than any other president, is a fascist. The man who told his supporters to vote in person so there'd be no cheating is trying to steal the election. The man who wants to take his case to court and let the court decide is a dictator.
I did put a copy of that in the chat. In fact, I will do it. I'll throw another link in the chat for the same video. Some brilliant work by Karen Strawn. And she can now. What's funny about this? Look at this. Look at the. Here's the YouTube page right here. So this video, it's called, what's it called? Why Donald Trump Deserved to Lose. That whole thing there, right? That video. Look what YouTube did right down here. They put one of those fact checks. U.S. elections. The AP is called the presidential race for Joe Biden. See more on Google. Really? Why would I want to go to Google for that? Robust safeguards help ensure the integrity of elections and results. Learn more. How about you kiss my ass? And now look, and also like I said, I've been saying it last couple of days. If perchance it just stays as is, Joe Biden's president, I'm going to survive. I'm like, call me fucking Gloria Gaynor if you want to, because I definitely will survive. But I think in 2 years, you're going to see a flip of the House and the Senate like you've never seen before. I'm just saying. Thank you, Rod Line, with the donation through YouTube Super Chat, who says, as a Chicagoan, I did my civic duty and voted 3 times. Did your great grandpa vote though? That's what I'm wondering, Rod. You know, great grandpa, great grandma, great great grandpa. I'm just curious. That's kind of the Chicago way. You know, I actually went, after seeing how it works in Minnesota, you have to look it up, right? To see if any of your deceased relatives voted. Unfortunately, none of ours have. We looked it up. Well, we looked up if they are registered, which apparently the ones that we know aren't registered to vote. But anyway, you know, the other thing that pisses me off, here's what now it's so important for Twitter too, it's important for Twitter to make sure they mold what you think here. So if you look on Twitter, for example, here's my Twitter feed. Over here, Joe Biden, top thing. This has been up here for 3 days. Joe Biden is the projected winner of the 2020 presidential election. That's already old news, right? Then they go, Pfizer is not part of Operation Warp Speed, Pfizer senior vice president says. And this is their breaking news. Pfizer head of vaccine development, Dr. Catherine Jansen, told New York Times that Pfizer was never part of Operation Warp Speed and that the company has not taken any money from the U.S. government or from anyone. Operation Warp Speed is the Trump administration's ongoing effort to accelerate a vaccine rollout. While the company hasn't taken federal money for research and development, it did strike a $1.95 billion contract with the U.S. government to provide 100 million doses of the vaccine if developed. Gee, I wonder if they thought, oh my God, even if we're not part of Operation Warp Speed, if we beat these other companies to get a vaccine that has efficacy of the projected whatever necessary it needed to be, we might make some money. Do you think that encouraged them to speed up their own process? And do you think maybe going through some of the hoops you normally have to jump through to get a vaccine out, do you think that Operation Warp Speed had some effect on whether or not they sped up their own process? Duh. Sorry. Guess I just got on a rant there.
That's right.
Oh, is Black Hebrew Israelite here today? I don't even know. I just threw it that right. I haven't seen MC yet because I wanted to do a hammer time, but I don't see MC here yet either. Anyway, holy, you know, and so guess what? I bet you people down here. According to okay, we already know that. White House Communication Director Alyssa Farrow responded saying OWS took steps to assist the company in speeding up production and distribution of the vaccine. In fact, they're still going to be distributed through whatever process they have set in place. While Pfizer did not take federal money, it did strike a $1.9 billion contract to the U.S. government. So, God, it's just. They got to take some of the credit away. Now here, Jeff Bennett. Who's Jeff Bennett? Jeff Bennett is NBC News White House correspondent. As Pence claims credit, Pfizer says it did not join the administration's partnership. Thanks to the public-private partnership formed by President Donald Trump, Pfizer announced its coronavirus vaccine trial is effective. preventing infection in 90% of its volunteers. So, and now here's, these people just piss me off. The reason, why do you think they developed it so fast? To beat the other companies. That's capitalism. That's free market mayhem. Free, the bet. Oh, MC is here? Wait, where is MC? I didn't see MC here yet. TC Ball, though. I see TC Ball, Rusty Shaq. Who else have I missed? Formerly Rod Line. How you doing? I said hi to Prospero already. I'm catching up here, gang. Malia Carr, what's up? Oh, Malia, I haven't seen you in a while. Nice to have you here. Willie, what's up? Tyler F. Also, thank to all of you who tweeted out the show. There's a bunch of you. I will get to that in a minute. But okay, so back to what Twitter decides what's important though on the side here. So Joe Biden is projected winner. Pfizer's not part of Operation Warp Speed. How Joe Biden won the presidency. Utah governor orders statewide mask mandate as part of emergency response to rising COVID cases, which will do not a damn thing. And then Minnesota, whatever. It's up in every state. It's every state with mask mandates and every state without mask mandates. It's up. It's up around the world. And the second wave is, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Calm down, Marty. Just calm down. Oh, MC as in Malia Carr. Well, okay, Malia Carr, you are MC.
Stop. Hammer time.
Okay, not that MC, but that's close enough. I'm just so happy to see you back, Malia. All right. The prospect has learned that Janet Yellen is favored to become the next Treasury Secretary. Barack Obama be driving this train. Oh, you know what? It's Joe Biden. They want it to be Barack Obama's next term. Let's see. I was mentioned in a tweet here by somebody. Let's see here. Oh, that was Maddie with the blue wave. I didn't even catch this. Okay, you got to see this if you haven't seen already. So this is how Maddie decides to announce my show today. I fired up the stream machine, Morning Night Live, President-elect Biden with the little blue waves. Oh. You just tried to kill me. You just tried to kill me here. And then finally, okay, so Twitter's just a joke. Anyway, thank you, by the way, to who else here? Wait, what? Watch the stream here. Thank you, Simple Minds. That's a new name I haven't seen yet. Thank you. Oh, okay. I see. You already tweeted out You've already tweeted out Karen Strawn's thing. Yeah, I just haven't put that out yet. That is pretty good. Anyway, let's get back to what I was going to talk about next. Did I finish this article? Yes, I did. Okay, we're done with that one. The other one here is voter fraud in the United States and the U.S. An anecdote. This is some anecdotal evidence, which isn't necessarily the greatest evidence, but by somebody named Francis Turner. Some 20 plus years ago, when I first passed my driving test in California, the lady at the DMV in San Jose pointed out that I hadn't filled in the voter registration form that was part of the driver's license form. I explained to her that as I had at the time an L1 visa, I wasn't eligible to vote. She said something like, oh, okay, and processed the form so that I got my temporary driver's license. After that expired temporary license's last 3 months, I got another temp. And then shortly before that one expired, the DMV gave me a permanent one. I think I told various friends and acquaintances that if I hadn't been careful, I could have been the other voter for Bob Dole in Santa Clara. In 2013, I returned to live in California under a H-1B visa. To my surprise, my former driver's license records were still in the system, and so I just needed to pass the multiple guest test to get a new driver's license. Said license showed up a week or two after I passed the test. When I took the test, I was again asked about the voting thing, which I thought odd, seeing as I had yet again showed my British passport for the proof of ID bit of the process. But hey, I guess despite the whole use the internet for appointments and send a real license in a decent period of time, California still doesn't have a not a citizen box to check on a driver's license and car ownership forms. Then for a second time, this may be a record amongst holders of U.S. visas, I left the country. I recently, actually it was sent some time back and I just got it because what part of left the country was unclear, got a jury summons from the Superior Court of California. I was sent to the forwarding. It was sent to the forwarding address that I had set when I left the USA again, and needed some place to handle those pesky details like checks for the security deposit on condos, car insurance before I sold the car, etc. While it was a change of address, the helpful DMV person I spoke to on the phone told me the address would only apply to the car and not to me as regards to driving license, seeing that I was quitting the country. Yet, despite that verbal assurance, and despite the fact that I have never ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen, somehow the California DMV passed my name and updated address to whatever authority generates jury duty summonses. Given that I've never been a citizen and that the jury form was a non-U.S. citizen as option one for disqualification, you do kind of have to wonder why the various bits of the California state government decided that I ought to be a juror. Also, you have to wonder whether they would check if you showed up with the jury duty paperwork and didn't say, I'm not a citizen. Which leads to the next obvious question. Could I have voted? I'm pretty sure that in California, I could have filled out the voter's part of the driver's license form and no one would have pointed out those pesky details like using a British passport. In fact, if I had even a modicum of cunning sleaze, I could have voted in every election since 1996. And something tells me that if I had, that would have actually made a number of things easier for me. Hey, California, I'm happy to vote in your elections if you admit to the sovereignty of Her Majesty Elizabeth II. P.S. for extra fun, there was a whole page about how to be green, eco-friendly citizen, compare and contrast with the, oh, whoops, you aren't eligible questionnaire above. Anyway, so yeah, I'm pretty sure there's plenty of people who are registered. In fact, in Minnesota, where I live, I don't even know that I ever checked a box. We have motor voter here. And I automatically started getting, when I got my change address, I automatically started getting voter registration cards, but they never asked. I don't ever remember them asking. I just automatically get voter registration cards. And I am a U.S. citizen, but that's fine. But I see a lot of people getting licenses that aren't U.S. citizens, and I just can't figure it out how that works. So anyway, all right, let me see if, oh my gosh, it's 10:18. All right. Let me just see if there's any more fucketry on Twitter right now. Sometimes I'm going. Wait, what is this? Oh, a message here. Let me just see what this is. Oh, I see. William Chan here. Pfizer is lying. Oh, are they? Wait a minute. I want to accept this. Okay, it's not showing. Oh, this is Chris Murphy. Now, let's just say this is from Chris Murphy. It was a senator from Connecticut. He's a Democrat. He has no reason to do anything that could possibly be advantageous for Donald Trump. Chris Murphy tweets, FYI, a lot of people are tweeting about how Pfizer didn't accept government money for this vaccine. This is not true. HHS did a $2 billion deal with Pfizer to guarantee a market for the vaccine, making Pfizer's research and development spend viable. Classic public-private partnership. Now, Chris Murphy, of all people, has no reason to do this. So, someone here, thanks for tweeting out the facts. My question is this part of Operation Warp Speed? Facts matter. As much as I am rapidly anti-Trump, facts still matter. Now, this idiot who I follow, I shouldn't call him an idiot. He lives in Germany, but he's an American citizen. This is like saying the government made the pizza in cooperation with the pizza place in Operation Megapie when all they did is order pizza. Well, no, it's not like that, Sebastian. No, Sebastian, it's actually... if the government guaranteed $2 billion to put something in place, if you come up with the one they choose. If you don't come up with the one they choose, your research and development is screwed. And the fact that the United States government will be, and it is a public-private partnership. Guess what? Also, guess what? You know what else, Sebastian? If the government orders a pizza and you don't send them a pizza and they order a pizza from somewhere else and say, you know what, we're only going to pay for the first one we get, and you come in second, that might be a little bit incentive to beat the other company to get your pizza to you. Good Lord. And people are arguing with Chris Murphy. Is Chris Murphy? Oh, maybe is Chris Murphy the? Oh, Chris Murphy is not the. He must be a Republican. If you need a laugh today, here's the time President-elect Biden accidentally swore at a toddler in the United States Senate. Okay, that's all right. Pfizer vaccine requires a complicated, expensive distribution process. So with lots of other vaccine candidates, $2 billion is taxpayer money to pay for the distribution is a big leg up. Again, not saying Trump should take credit, but the government dollars matter here. Lots of people parsing words around this. Sure, Pfizer didn't take open-ended R&D money, but a $2 billion guarantee is a massive cooperative effort from the government to mitigate risk for a business. It is a partnership between government and business, and it seems like it's working. Yes, it does. Anyway, God, these people, I swear. People, it's you know what? You have to hate Trump. You have to hate him. You have to make sure that he gets credit for nothing. You make sure this administration doesn't get any credit for anything. Let's go through my bookmarks real quick before we go. I bookmarked a few things that I thought were fascinating. Let's see. Going from November 6th, we already did that one. November 6th, we already did that one. Oh, by the way, the Republicans did send criminal referrals to the Department of Justice about alleged voter fraud in, I want to say Nevada. That was the addresses, people having condos in California and voting in both California and Nevada, which is, I guess, fairly common. This story pertains only to non-residents who voted there. It mentions, but does not specify the issue of how many dead people have. Another number I've seen at that front is 14,000. If true, these 3,000 plus, I'd say Nevada has some splaining to do. Yep. Fleckus, Fleckus Talks So Fleckis did this. It turns out 118-year-old William Bradley voted via absentee ballot in Wayne County, Michigan. William Bradley died in 1984. How long has this been going on? And apparently, so this person said, I looked into this. William Bradley passed away in 1984, has a son with the same name that lives at the same address. The son submitted an application for an absentee ballot, but it was never sent. The father received or returned the ballot. Clerical error or fraud? Well, if the son never received the ballot, but the father received the ballot and it was returned, somebody filled it out. So then he continues, the New York Times claimed William Bradley was a run-of-the-mill clerical error. Of course, it was just a clerical error. Hello, Mr. No, I didn't see you there. It was a clerical error. We just data dumped thousands of dead Wayne County residents that requested and returned absentee ballots in the 2000 election. And they have here. I'll give you a link to Flex's video on this where he has. Here, I'm not going to play it.
All right, guys, we got some interesting action
Hang on,
here.
let me,
A couple of days ago, I tweeted about how there were dead people that were requesting.
All right, hang on. I just want to give. I'll link to Flex's video, but he has a spreadsheet of thousands of dead people who got ballots. Now, just because they requested and got ballots doesn't mean and returned ballots doesn't mean they were counted. But I just wonder how diligent they were to cross-reference records to find out if the person who submitted this ballot was dead or if they were in a hurry to count votes and just said, hey, how about if we just count them, right? All right, let's go back here. Let's see, one takeaway from the 20. Oh, this is the AP. Oh, my God. One takeaway for the 2020 election 2020 is that while President Trump lost, Trumpism did not. Now, I wonder if the AP means that as a endearing term or if it's a derogatory term. The AP, the Associated Press, wrote this article. Many voters offered a consistent refrain about Trump. They liked his policies, but could not abide his anger-fueled personality. It's always Republicans are angry. Who was more angry this year? Donald Trump or the people who dislike Donald Trump? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Jake Tapper? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Rachel Maddow? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Jim Acosta? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Don Lemon? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Chris Cuomo? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Maxine Waters? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Chuck Schumer? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Rip Up the State of the Union Nancy Pelosi? Who was more angry? Donald Trump or Chris Hayes? His anger, or any of those, oh my God. Or Yamiche Alchiro, whatever her name is from, whatever. Get the fuck out of here. Who is more angry? Donald Trump or Keith Olbermann? Just asking, just curious. Here's one. Hey, you know what? Remember that little pseudo fender bender when the Biden bus was driving through Texas and all the MAGA trucks were following behind in a parade, escorting the Biden bus out of town. And there was a little pseudo fender bender. Well, the Texas police say the Biden campaign car was at fault for the Trump train accident. Over the weekend, the Biden campaign traveled to several events in Texas in their Biden-Harris bus, trying to turn the state blue, although Texas is clearly red. After the Trump train caravan trolled the Biden-Harris campaign bus, the campaign people claimed they were too upset or something to continue on to their next two events. It's more likely they didn't want to because almost no one attended the events. In any case, a history teacher named Eric Cervini said he was on his way to Texas to help the Biden campaign and was very disturbed by the Trump trucks leading and following the Biden-Harris bus out of town on the I-35. He kept calling 911 and what a baby. It was hysterical. That same self-described historian tried to push a truck out of the lane as the truck followed the Biden-Harris bus. The smaller car lost the battle. The Biden campaign bus is also known as, okay, I'm not going to read that one. Oh, it is. Oh, that's real? The Biden campaign bus was known as the Pudding and Sweet Cheese Express. Seriously, that's what it's called. Anyway, the white car was dented, but it was the historian's fault. It was pretty stupid of him to take on a much larger truck. Texas police blamed the dope in the smaller white car. The Texas Police Department also said it has researched the crash and watched an online video. It said the at-fault vehicle may be the Biden-Harris staffer's car, while the victims appear to be one of the Trump vehicles. The at-fault vehicle may be the white SUV, and the victim appears to be the black truck. A statement from SMPD reads, calls to the driver of the white SUV have gone unanswered, while SMPD has not been contacted by the driver of the black truck. Since SMPD has not spoken to either driver at this time, additional investigation would be required to fully ascertain who is at fault. And this was the damage that this guy got for trying to basically run this guy off the road. Got some tire track marks on his lovely little white SUV. And whatever. But you've all seen that video. We're not going to look at that one again. Also, let's see. We already know that, unfortunately, Alex Trebek is gone. Oh, this is great. Aaron Rupar, who's a writer for Vox, which is, I would have said a journalist for Vox, but that's kind of an oxymoron. Anyway, so Steve Cordes noticed something about Aaron Rupar's tweets over the weekend. First one was this one. Oh, let me make it so you can see it. It's party time outside the White House. Oh my goodness, look at that. They are so happy that they're out trolling President Trump and having a party outside the White House. But oh no, not ideal during a worsening pandemic. Yes, the celebrants at the Notre Dame football game after beating number 1 ranked Clemson in 2 overtimes certainly is not as important as partying outside the White House. It's party time outside the White House. But then we have a COVID super spreader event at Notre Dame. Guess what? To get into that Notre Dame football game, you were required to wear a mask. And so, because then people here. But Aaron Rupar did not take this lightly from Steve Cordes, however he says it. Trumpers are very, very thirsty to find a lib to own this morning. I'm happy to serve as a sacrificial lamb if it helps our country heal. Nah, because you're a hypocrite. Shut the hell up. Okay, moving on. Okay, and that's all my bookmarks for today. So I didn't get to everything I wanted to today, but again, getting here late sometimes doesn't help me organize myself as much as I'd like to. But I got to tell you, folks, if you like what we do, before you even think of clicking any buttons right now, look down at the screen that you're looking on and look right below my face, really kind of below my phone there, right down there, right over there. There's that little thumbs up. There's like 60 some people here, but only 34 likes. Hit the like button before you go. And then also, if you would share the video out, even though it's not really a video, it's a live stream now, but share it out anyway. Someone might want to watch it. And those of you who are watching it on replay, please leave a comment in the comment section. I really appreciate when you do that. It always gives me an idea of who's been by while I'm not online. And then finally, if you want to make donations, of course, super chats are available now because I have that 1,000 subscribers threshold. And you can also do it through the Streamlabs link in the description down below, whether we're live or not, and through Venmo and Cashapp, which are also in the description down below. Thank you so much for being here, people, but it is that time. I do have to go. My name is PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Have a great day.
Hey, this is PDawgKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDawgKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cashapp, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDawgKnight, and I'm out of here.